Good morning, welcome to the video. We have two cars for you today. One is an S2000, we're changing the exhaust tips to AP2 factory tips. And we have a Corvette, we're gonna do the LHT tips, which makes a huge difference, not just in looks, but sound. Check it out. This is our next job. S2000 here for OEM exhaust tips. Has an aftermarket exhaust, and the tips on those exhausts never look quite right. They just look like pipe coming out the back. I don't like the look of these aftermarket exhaust tips that just look like a pipe. It just looks unfinished. These are just not a good looking tip, and a lot of people agree with us because we sell a lot of these tips and we install a lot. With the silver on this, that's what the customer wanted. We have silver or black. I'll show you a picture in here. But the silver looks the part, it stands out, and we're going to stagger these the same way, but we're going to bring the tip out a little bit more just so it's a bit more prominent and it has a bit more of that aftermarket look. This is essentially like a little muffler, the resonated section here. It works surprisingly well. When you put the aftermarket tip on, there's a noticeable sound difference, and it's the sound most people are looking for without the issues of aftermarket exhausts. I never really told the story of my C8. I bought a brand new C8 and we had plans to do all these different things to it. And it was basically to showcase like what we call an OEM plus enhancement. Springs, we did spacers, we did the GM OEM ground effects kit, and high wing, a few other little things. Well, I wanted more sound, and if there was horsepower available, I wanted that too, without going too crazy. We did a Corsa exhaust with a dual mode, where there is a couple of other systems out there that claim the dual mode works with the factory system without causing a check engine light. Our experience, they all flip a check engine light. Even the ones that we've done a relearn function here, within 50 to 100 miles, the light comes back on. Local dealership has done a couple for us where they've done the relearn with the GM tool. And I think what it is it's the springs in the, I think they call it the AFM valve. And essentially, it's a spring-loaded valve that helps combat that sound where it goes into four-cylinder mode. Four-cylinder mode, it almost sounds like a misfire. And if the spring tension isn't right, or the valves, the actual open and closing of the valves, it's very sensitive, it flips the code. Mine started to have a transmission issue. I didn't want to send my car to the dealer and have part of the nightmare story of the car sitting in the parking lot for 3 months while they got a transmission. Reason of doing the tips, less chance of getting denied warranty. If your car has a transmission issue and you take it to the dealer, they find out you've done exhaust and headers and who knows, supercharger. Guess what? You caused the transmission issue. They're not going to pay for the transmission. And they don't want to spend that money if they don't have to. So if they can find a reason why not to spend it, the tip isn't changing anything power related on the car, and the sound increase, I think, is worth it. So that's one of the reasons I came up with a tip change on my car, so I didn't have to go into that exhaust. Not to mention, based on the horsepower that we saw on the dyno, aftermarket exhausts are not really worth the horsepower increase, especially for the cost of the exhaust. So anyway, back to the video. So one of the things we see here, you see how close the body is to the bumper line. That means this room here is going to be less than the distance of the tip. Let's get a measurement right here. So we want the tip to be kind of close with this line right here. We don't want it sticking out. We don't want it too far back. Let's use our dual measuring stick just so we keep everybody happy. So let's do it in inches first. So if we was to go level there, I mean, if we was to find that seam, let's just call that 5 1/4 or 130 millimeters. So this is the top, the do taper, as you see. So we're going to measure the top. So as you see right here, 155 millimeters or 6 1/8-ish. So that would bring us, we would have this much tip sticking out. It wouldn't look good. It would look like one of those aftermarket exhausts that you walk by in the mall and trip over it. Now we got our tips removed. As you see, we just kissed that inside part. But if we was to cut all the way down here, we'd be running into the seam. We're going to put it on the car and measure it, but because this exhaust is crooked, it's going to require one of these tips to be a different length. Look how much better that tip looks in that pocket. That's just the perfect shape, the perfect size. And again, we've got less hours in it. We didn't have to cut this back. This distance here is different than that. Like I say, the exhaust was kind of like this, which they always are, but we wanted to look right from the customer's point of view. One other thing you wanted to do is an oil change, so let's do the oil change real quick before we put it down on the ground, and we'll give it a quick wipe. A little bit of LHT TLC there, George. One of the other things that customers opt for is the material back there. You see it's kind of a shiny, looks like almost like an aluminum foil. What is a heat material? It's bright and it kind of stands out. So there is a few companies offer a black coating to put over there, or even like a sticker. I'll show you this. This customer got the Paragon one. There's a few companies that offer it, and it's obviously while you have the bumper off is the time to do it. And look at the difference on that tip compared to the other one. I'm not teasing it too much, but we are going to offer an oil change special, and it's going to be in the store during our Black Friday week. We're going to include one of these, a wrench, a filter, and the funnel. We're going to take this off here to drain the oil. There's a filter. Ooh, it's a Wix filter. And look at that. Oh, I tested that. Sounds good. Yeah, it's got a really high ring to it. It does actually fit that. Look at that. So we can use that to take that filter off. So it's nice to confirm. All right, guys, hold your oil change jokes. What color shade of black would you call that? So change your oil, guys. That's all I can tell you. So there is a channel I discovered over the weekend, George. It's like oil change fanatic or something, or oil freak guy or something. I don't know if you've seen it. I know it sounds kind of weird. No, let's talk about oil freak guy. I'll try and find it. But anyway, this guy does a lot of analysis, breaks down oil, takes it, tests it against everybody else's. He does shear tests, all kinds of stuff. I won't give away the ending, but his ending is pretty much change oil. That's all right. You always walk in on my recordings. Can you not see it says on air?
Is it actually on?
Hold on.
No.
It does. It says on air.
Yeah, it says it.
You can just go ahead and like that up and post.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see it?
Yeah. Yeah, oh, it's really working.
There.
Anything done?
Yeah. All right, go ahead. On camera. Say it.
No.
Are you going to tell us about the Black Friday sale?
No, it's about people like messaging, or actually he's on the phone. He wants to know about the D-Series intercooler.
That looks much better, doesn't it? It's even the same shape of as the muffler. Yeah, I like that. There you go. All your tips on your aftermarket exhaust. There we go. You can see the black back there, which has helped blend that in, makes it look a little bit better. Look how much better. The outside, I'll get another outside clip sound over here. If you want to go ahead and hit the key. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, don't forget, hit the thumbs up. If it's your first time visiting the channel, hit the subscribe button. Check out the LHT sale. It is our Black Friday sale, and it's going to go on all week. It's a Black Friday week, our first ever sale. It's at lhtperformance.com. Also, check out the LHT Mega Meet. It is going to be December 21st at Quaker State. We'll see you there. As I always say at the end of the video, and it's so important to remember this, enjoy your cars.